So this time I've got a Sinclair Spectrum 128 plus 2 power supply, and as you can see the cables going into the power supply are badly damaged. No point in trying to power this up. The low voltage cables that are actually going to the computer, half of them are severed. I must apologise here for the video quality. For some reason it decided it was going to film this part in blur vision, so we'll move over to the good quality video that I did get of it. So I've removed the casing here, and as you can see it's very simple, 4 screws. Good thing is it's not in any resin or anything. Just cut the power cable, and I'm just going to make this off again. And again, I'll just show you how to do this with a craft knife, Stanley knife, whatever you want to call it, X-Acto knife. And the idea is, just because you don't want to cut the inner cores, is if you bend it over like this and then just give it a gentle scoring, just work your way all the way around the cable, and eventually you'll get it where as you push it together you'll just see it kind of break, and then you'll see them inner cores, and hopefully you haven't gone too deep that you've scored the inner part. Because obviously the one thing we don't want to have here is especially on the main side, 230 volts, them two cores touching each other, because it will just short out instantly. And there, just kind of work it around a little bit, and there we can see the inner cores. That's it, haven't caused any damage to them. But again, if you did kind of nick them on the sides, another trick you can do is just pull this sleeving over a bit, just so it covers them, stops them shorting out on anything. The grommets on these, I don't know whether they've hot welded it, used glue or something, but the cable would not pull through the middle of them, so I'm assuming they've given it some kind of heat treatment. So the best thing I could find was just to slice them down the side and then brute force pull the inner plastic out of them. And as you can see, it does not want to come out easily at all. But what I'll do, I'll reuse these and just put the slot towards the bottom. Could glue them, but I don't think there's really much point. It looks fairly decent from the top, and unless you're going to be using your power supply upside down, you're never going to really notice it. So now we're on the low voltage side. So this gives us a plus 5 volts, plus 12 volts, and a negative 12 volts output. So again, just need to cut that cable, desolder it, and solder it back onto the board again. Looking at it, I don't know how it got this damage. Originally I thought it might have been a rodent or something that got to it, but just looking at it, it doesn't look like that. It looks like it's just worn its way through. So here I'm just measuring it up to know exactly how long I need to cut the cable. Make sure I've got enough length on it, and again just using that same method of looping the cable over and then just slowly scoring it all the way around. So this cable that's actually going to the computer is a shielded cable as well, so it's kind of got like an inner sheathing, which is kind of handy as well, because if you do go a little bit heavy-handed with it, at least the sheathing will kind of take some of it before you hit the cables. But again, just want to do it very carefully. That's it, just working it around. There you can see my sleevings come off with it, that inner shielding. And again, looking at it, on the board itself I've got two black cables, but as you can see, there's the shield in that inner sheathing. Just making sure I hadn't cut another black cable off. But what they've done, they've actually sleeved that bare wire, and that's your other black cable. You can see, just take the sleeving off the old cable, put it on the new one. Again, same trouble with this, all kind of looks like it's glued in or just heat treated in, whatever they've done with it, but it does go. You just got to give it a good old pull and then it will finally go. Just slip that on the cable again. So with the case clamping onto it, that should act as a good strain relief anyway on that cable still. Just checking the fuse. There's two fuses in the low voltage side. That fuse has had it. Just checking this other one that's above here. So this did have a little cable tie around it again. I assume so if you drop it you don't lose the it doesn't fall out. That one's still good. So it looks like someone might have powered this on with the cables in that bad condition. So this is the fuse that is knackered. It's a 3.15 amp 250 volt fuse. But I just check the plug fuse as well, see how that is. Non-existent. Very handy. So again, in the UK, the way they do it, I know like European plugs and American plugs, you don't have a fuse, but the way the mains wiring is done is different. What we do in the UK, we have like a ring main, so all the plugs have a fuse on them, so if they blow, the idea is it'll just turn off that piece of equipment rather than turn off the whole house. Obviously that worked fine when it was fuse wire, but now with modern RCBOs, it tends to still take out the breaker and take out half of your main supply anyway. You just got to switch it back on again. So just what I'm doing here, I'm just disconnecting each one of these cores one at a time, so I know I'm putting the right cable back in rather than just desolder it all and then have to look back and work out where I've taken things out. I just thought take them out one at a time. And because a lot of these have two wires going into the same part, what I found as well is put one wire in, solder it in, put the second wire in, then solder that in. So just disconnecting the mains cable in here and just soldering on the new one. So that's the neutral going on there. Okay, that's the live cable. That's all the rubbish that I managed to get. That's all the leftovers. Just check. Just checking a 3 amp fuse for the plug. That's all good. Managed to find a nice little 3 amp fuse to go in to replace that other fuse as well. So we should be all good to go now. Again, putting this back together again, I realised this heatsink has got to see. This is the hard part, is you've got to get this in the top section first. Originally I tried to do it with putting this bottom section on and then putting the top on, but there's just no way you'll line it up. So you've got to line it up, that heatsink with that top section, get it all back together again. So just screwing it all down. As you can see, them little splits in the cable, I might put a bit of glue on them and hold them together, but again, when you see it from the top, it doesn't look bad at all. And then again, it's one of them things, if you want to go belts and braces with it, put a bit of glue on. But again, I'm just wondering if this does get damaged again, this cable, it's going to be a lot easier to remove it the second time around. Because yeah, from the top, looks absolutely fine now. So that's how the power goes. Using the clamp on my clamp meter to actually hold the cable to test it. So I've got my 5 volts, 5 volts, 12 volts, 12 volts. For some reason I'm not getting the minus 12 volts here. Not quite sure, but it doesn't really affect the performance. I believe it's just used on one of the outputs at the back there. This is a +3 I picked up recently, and as you can see, cosmetically, damage on the front. Missing the TV, UHF lead, but I have this, bought this from Retro Computer Shack. I bought a few ones from these, not affiliated with them in any way. They do a good job. First off though, when I plug this in, you can see the state of the screen. I'm thinking, oh, I bought another computer that needs a repair, and it just looks like it was just not in properly in that SCART socket in the back. So swapped over SCART socket, and as you can see, a nice clear picture. So far it looks like this power supply is all up and running and working nicely. So now it's time to try the one disc that I managed to buy on eBay, and only this Super Test Part 2 seems to work on the disc. The guy did sell it as untested, so... I am surprised by the music on this game, because again, the one thing with a Spectrum, the music is actually quite good on them normally. The other good thing with a +2 and a +3 is that the sound actually comes through the TV rather than coming through the inbuilt speaker, which you get on the older 48K ones. Of course, best way to destroy a keyboard is playing games like this as well, so I thought I'd just give it a quick go though. Yeah, and that looks good. I will see you on the next one.